This tutorial is to help with Mobius Unit 1 homework, lesson number 4, question number 7. Tamara built a raised garden bed that is 10 feet long, 9 feet wide, and 3 feet tall. She plans to fill the garden bed with premium soil that costs $19.56 per cubic yard. Recall that 1 yard is 3 feet. How much will it cost Tamara to fill her garden bed with premium soil? The first thing I've done is I've pulled up Excel. Now, a lot of students go straight to a calculator, but Excel keeps all of your work in front of you, so you can double check. Maybe you typed something in wrong or you wrote something down wrong, and it's hard to see on paper if you've done it incorrectly in your calculator. And Excel keeps it all for you. It's all organized. So I brought it up. The first thing I want to talk about quickly is to answer a question that I've been getting from several students, which is the hashtag sign or the number sign that's repeating in their column, and they've done everything right. It just keeps showing up. So I'm going to show you why that happens. You'll see the $19.56. If I squish my column over, it's not big enough. Okay, my number's rather small. Yours will be bigger, and you'll probably see a couple of these number signs in here. What that's simply saying is that the number or the digits in here are bigger than the column, and if you want to see the digits in there, you need to expand the column so that those digits can be visible. That's all it's saying. So it has nothing to do with doing an incorrect operation or not. Okay, so the first thing I've given us is the information given in the problem. I have 10 feet long, 9 feet wide, 3 feet tall, and we want to find volume. To find volume, that's length times width times height. So right here, I need to equal, and since I have all of these here, I'm just going to cell reference instead of typing them in. I could type them in if I wanted to, but it'd be faster just to cell reference. So I'm going to click here and do Shift 8 for multiplication, or those of you who have a full keyboard can use your number pad on the right hand side and just press multiply. Again, left click once and let go, and it will cell reference, and then multiply, and oh, it's not letting me. Oh, you know what? I think that's good. So I've zoomed in a little bit so that you could see this a little easier on the video, and you can see that it's kind of taking up B5 here, so I can't cell reference it by clicking. So I'm just going to type it in, B5, and press enter. There we go, and we have all of those multiplied together. Now, because I am dealing with units here, when I multiply all of the dimensions, length, width, height, that means that I'm also multiplying the units, feet times feet times feet. So this is actually feet cubed, and I'm going to use my caret key to show that it's being raised to the third. I could also write it out since that doesn't go up in the exponent nicely here, and I could just write it out as cubic feet. Now you'll notice they gave us some information about the cost of this premium soil, that it's being sold per cubic yard. So we're going to have to do something to change our volume here into cubic yards, because I can't just multiply that by the soil $19.56 because I'm not in the same unit. That's like comparing apples and oranges. You can't do it. Another tip just before we move on, if one of these also didn't match, if I had feet, feet, and inches, I would also need to make sure that these are all the exact same unit and would have to convert one of these if that was the case, so that I can then multiply all of them. So the thing I'm going to do is come over into my Word document. I will expand this a little bit so that you can kind of see, and then I'll come back. So I have 270 feet, and so I'm going to type in, this is what I got, and I need to do a unit conversion to get me down to cubic yards. What I've set up here is an equation using Microsoft Excel. If you would like to do this in yours as well, sometimes it's kind of nice. You go to Insert, and then clear over here is equation, and this is really convenient. It brings up all of these different things that can be helpful, such as a fraction that is one above the other or a skewed fraction. It also has pi and divide and square root. If I wanted to type something and send it to somebody, I could do that. I could change it to a PDF and also send the document. I could do a screenshot. To do a screenshot on a PC, there is a button up above the delete button in your top right hand corner, and it says print screen. When you select that button, it will then print the screen or do a screenshot of the entire screen and save it to your downloads file or your clipboard, and so you can just press Control V or paste wherever you would like to paste that. If you would like to do a smaller section instead of the entire screen on a PC, you can use something called the snipping tool. I'm not on my PC right now, so I can't show that, but I did post a video of how to use the snipping tool and find it. You can go to your search feature in your PC and find the snipping tool. It is already built in, and then create a shortcut so that it's on your desktop, and that's really nice to have close at hand. So you can do a smaller section of a snipping or a snip, and then you can also go in and edit it and draw on it and so forth. To do it on a Mac, which I have in front of me, to do a screenshot, I do Command Shift 4, and that will give me my little crosshairs so I can do a small screenshot like this. That then takes a picture of what I selected and puts it on my desktop or in my clipboard. To do a screenshot of the entire screen, Control Shift 3 will take a screenshot of the entire screen, and I can use those to send to people and to your group members. So now that I have this equation up here, I'm going to come to my conversions. So because I'm dealing with feet cubed, and I'm going to go ahead and put caret 3 in this equation editor, I can do script over here, or I can use what I would do in a calculator, and then if I press the spacebar, it'll move it up into the exponent. Now what I want to do is get rid of these feet cubed and replace it with yards cubed. And because 1 yard is 3 feet, I need to multiply it 3 different times to get rid of the 3 feet. So I'm going to multiply 1 yard is the same as 3 feet. One of these feet will cancel out, so then I have feet squared with the feet down here. Remember, when I divide, I can cancel out or divide feet divided by feet. Some people like to see this in the fraction so that you can see that one is above the fraction line in the numerator and one is below. To do that, you just put over a 1. And so one way of thinking about it is one is up on top and one is on bottom, so it cancels. Now I need to keep doing that because that only reduced this or canceled out one of those feet. So I need to do this again, 1 more yard, multiply by 1 yard over 3 feet, because 3 feet in a yard. And one more time, 1 yard over 3 feet. And now I have feet, feet, feet on the bottom and 3 feet on the top. So these will all cancel out, and I'm going to do the strike through feature to show that just the unit is canceling on each of these. Oops, there we go. And the only unit I have now is yards. So now to multiply fractions, we multiply all of the numerators by all, and then divide by the multiplication of all the denominators on the bottom. So 270 times 1 times 1 times 1 is 270. I guess we should get an equal sign here. This gives me 270 yard times yard times yard gives me yard cubed. And that was our goal, was getting yards cubed. And down here on the bottom I have 1 times 3 times 3 times 3. That gives me 27, and then to reduce this, 270 divided by 27 gives me 10 cubic yards, or yards cubed. Yards cubed. And we can move back into our Excel spreadsheet here. So now I know my volume in cubic. I'm going to insert here by right-clicking on this row here and go to Insert, and it'll give me another row in between. So I'm going to put, this is also the same as 10 yards cubed, or cubic yards, which is exactly what I needed, and I can move forward now with the price, or the cost. Let's do cost. Cost will be our $19.56 times the 10 cubic yards. And we can show how that also works over here so that you can see that the yards cubed divided by the cubic yard on the bottom here will cancel out, and then I just have the dollars on the top. So to do this, I'm just going to cell reference again just to speed us up. So 10, or this cell, times the cost, and this will give me my total cost for this garden with her premium soil. Another, I'm just going to go through really quickly for those of you who want another review on unit conversions, and I'll get that over here. So it was 1956. So I have 10 yards cubed, and again I can just put this over a 1. Oh, I didn't put a space bar down over here. There we go. And then we have $19.56 per cubic yard, or yards cubed. I just want to verify, yep, 1956. So just like we did up here, because I have yards cubed on the top and yards cubed on the bottom, that's yards cubed divided by yards cubed, which gives me 1, or you can just think of it as being canceled. 1 times 10, or so that these are canceled, 1 times 10 is 10. So I end up with 10. Oh, let's cancel these out. The cross out feature, strike through. There we go. And then we end up with our unit is dollar. This did not cancel out with anything, so I keep it. $195.60, and nothing is on the bottom, so I can just keep that. And that is how to do homework number 7, plus a bunch of extras and review on there. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Good luck on your homework.